Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to starlilytarot. This is an impromptu twin flame check-in reading, okay? I'm going to go ahead and clear the energy first. Okay, I have the window open and it's rainy, so there's some background noise, and I also have an activation playing in the background, and the sound kind of goes up and down a little bit with that, so hopefully everything will be okay with the background sound. I'm a little nervous about this video because it is really important. I wasn't even sure if I was gonna do a reading today at all. If so, I was just gonna focus on the monthlies, but Spirit had me doing some other things, and then it led to a bunch of messages coming through about doing a twin flame video. And there's like a heaviness that I'm feeling with how important this is. So I want to pray over this video that Spirit will completely take over everything about this video in every way, so that I can give you the proper message. So whoever needs to receive it can get it, that you guys do whatever with this video that is necessary for everybody to see it who needs to see it. With great power comes great responsibility. And so I take this serious. So, this ain't no play thing for me, okay? So, the message is that I'm gonna do a reading, and I'm gonna use the Morgan Greer deck, and I'm gonna use my Animal Spirits deck. But there's a couple things I want to touch on first that Spirit went through with me heavily. Like, this is heavy, okay? As I've already said. First and foremost, the most important message that I got is for all of us to give it to God. That's what I heard. Like, the umbrella message is, if there is something that is heavy on you or something that you're dealing with, and you're not sure what to do with it or how to fix it, or if it anything, just give it completely to Spirit. Just give it over to Spirit. There was a big message coming through about redemption, about energy vampires, about those who are imitating others. Like, it's like this imposter energy. I keep picking it up. It's like people who are very wounded and they are incapable, or they just straight up choose not to do their own inner work and deal with their own inner demons. Thus, they are being led to others who they are emulating. Like, they're in their life in whatever way, various ways. And this might even be on a subconscious level, might not even be conscious, but they're seeing these people and they're living vicariously through them. Oh, I would really like to do that. It's like jealousy, and they might not even feel it as jealousy, but it's there, and there's this resentment, and it's really deep-seated, and it's like in the act of observing another and wanting to be them or experience something through them. It's like this civilization is fucked, okay? Because we are being told to sit down and watch TV, to sit down and watch movies. So they're literally training people to be energy vampires, because when you watch people and you aren't right on the inside, it's like sometimes without realizing it, you can cling to that person and suck energy out of them into yourself, because TV's not real. Movies aren't real, but people are. And so it's like a culture of fantasy, of not wanting to take responsibility for yourself and feel the pain that goes along with dealing with your shit, the fears, the limitations that hold you back from being fully alive and being fully yourself and living in your truth. It's easier to just watch others or pretend that you're others or hide away and tell yourself it doesn't matter anyway. You just stick to your own little beaten path and do what you always do. And when that little voice comes up that says there's something greater, there's more, are you really doing what you want to be doing? Are you really doing what you came here to do? Because that voice will whisper. Because that's the voice of God. But it's there. And when it comes up, people just brush it away, feel some kind of way about it, and then we'll just find somebody who is doing the shit that they would rather be doing and suck the energy out of them, and just to feel it. Just to feel what it would be like to not be their own wounded self. Okay, so this apparently is a major issue on the twin flame journey specifically. So, there's a lot of redemption coming through for this, like karma, and I don't know anything about it other than a message is coming through that something that spirit's like saying, I got this, like I'm taking care of this, like there's something going on with that, okay? So that's all I'm supposed to say about that. Now, another main message that came through is open your mind, expand your heart, expand your mind, expand where you currently are, the way that you were taught to believe, to think, secular religion, just expand in ways that are like, people have a certain idea of what a twin flame is, or what it means to be one, or what's going to happen when we come into union. But what if all of that is not what we think? What if when we come into union something totally fucking different happens than what we're expecting? What if, the literal fabric of this reality is not what we think? It's expansion. Expand your mind. Stay in integrity and truth. Follow your own truth. But there are like heavy belief structures, apparently, that is an issue with twins, where one or both are telling themselves like, I can't be with that person, or I can't do that thing because I took these vows, or I told myself I would do this, or I have to stick with this, or they're different, or they're something. There's structures, there's hard structures in place, or whatever. Like, I'm getting a million different things. There's different thoughts, there's different things, and it all I have kids, or I have responsibilities, or I'm waiting for them to reach out to me, or they're not really gonna love me, or all kinds of stuff. I can hear it just, and it's all these strong structures that are holding people in place and preventing them from moving forward, preventing them from getting the thing that they actually want the most, the things that they actually want the most. They have to go outside, they have to open the fucking fence door and walk outside of their yard. Okay? Because you can't just sit there and where you've always been. You have to do something you've never done before to get something that you've never gotten. And that can be uncomfortable. So opening your mind is another big message. And the other really major message is about masculine versus feminine energy. Okay? If you are a male and you are holding an excess of feminine energy, that has to be balanced out. If you are a female and you're holding an excess of masculine energy, that has to be balanced out. And Spirit has been working with me on this for years, so I have a pretty strong understanding of this and what's behind it. If a man was raised by his mother and his father wasn't around, or his father was a negative in his life, or he saw negative interactions between his parents, which if he's a twin flame, he probably fucking did. So if that happens, then he is automatically programmed from a very young age to have a subconscious belief that masculine energy is bad. Masculine energy isn't to be trusted. Masculine energy is dirty. Masculine energy is not loved by feminine energy. And then it creates a rift in between the man and his mother, to where she is playing both roles, the female and the male. And so we learn by imitation. So it goes into the male's mind, confusion. What am I? Who am I? Because he's only got one parent, and he's a fucking man. So he's supposed to be having the man there to learn from, to imitate. But if he's not there, or if he's a piece of trash, okay, then it throws everything off inside of him. And there's a confliction, and it's usually deep-seated, okay? And so it can come out as being terrified to talk to women, or be in romantic situations, or just having unhealthy situations with women, or having gender identity or homosexuality issues, especially if he was sexually abused by males. So these are really, really deep-seated issues, and it can cause the male to have an overabundance of feminine energy because that's what he knows. But at the same time, he's conflicted with himself and feels shameful or like a little bitch. And then when the masculine energy does come through, it's too hard. It's too forceful. It's like it explodes out. And it's very controlling, domineering, very controlling. And so there's this imbalance. It's things inside are not right. And so what happens is that I'm just using the males for the explanation. Same exact thing happens with the females, just from the other direction, okay? And it looks different in the females, but the males, they will pick out certain males and put them up on a pedestal with a love-hate relationship, and there could be sexual feelings attached to it because inside of them they have not fully claimed and pulled back all of their own masculine energy. And masculine energy is sexual, feminine energy is sexual. At the core of these energies is sexuality. So it's natural for that to be a part of it. It doesn't necessarily mean the other implications. But if that's there, it's because they are trying, their soul, their inner is trying to find a man that they can emulate because they didn't have their father, so that they can claim their own masculinity and feel that it is okay for them to be a man and to understand what that masculine energy is fully about. So the same thing happens with females. So it's really important to look at, study that specific energy. If you're a man and you're having issues with that masculine energy, it's important to study that masculine energy. Study masculine energy in general. What is it? What does it look like in a healthy way? Research it. Look into yourself. Look back into your past. When were you ridiculed and told by your mother or a female in general that it was not okay for you to be direct, for you to be forceful, or for you to have your own opinion? Where were you not respected? How can you be how can you feel comfortable in your own body? How can you feel comfortable with your genitalia, with your presence, with your voice, with your walk? And it's the same with females. If they were abused by their mother, or they had issues with their mother, and then they had issues with their father, and there was abuse with their parents, and their father or some male figure made them feel as if it wasn't safe for them to be a female because they were molested, or they saw their father ridicule their mother, or their mother was cold or cut off or wasn't there, just abandoned them in general, or they weren't there in an emotional way because she had her own damaging, her own wounding. Then the females can be heavier on the male, the masculine energy, being too hard, being too bossy, forceful, not soft enough, not open, not receptive. And then there can be an imbalance in what is referred to as the runner chaser, where the men actually expect the woman to chase them, or the women do the chasing or the pursuing, and it just throws everything out of balance. And so what happens is it's hard for them to come together because of these imbalances. And then there's this inner fear of being seen by the other, shame. So those energies have to be balanced out, and there has to be a claiming of yourself in balance. Healing the inner child, understanding that the balance is just that you are okay with your gender, you're okay with being a woman, you're okay with being a man. You understand that, your parents might have been tore up from the floor up, and you didn't get the right people to emulate in a healthy way, but it doesn't mean that you're not okay. It doesn't mean that you're not allowed to be who you are. And even if you were hurt as a child, it doesn't mean that you're going to be hurt now. Okay, so there's the message. The extra messages. And that feels really heavy. But it feels really important. Okay, now I'm gonna get into the cards. And another thing Spirit's saying is, in the last thing I was discussing, it can manifest as the male, the man feeling some sort of resentment or anger towards the female, not wanting to be around her because he was in such an oppressive energy as a child with the feminine energies around him, feeling like he needs to stay single because he needs to keep his freedom, believing that the feminine is going to control him or suffocate him. And the females can feel like they don't want to go towards the male because the male may control her or be domineering with her or not be strong or protective enough. A mistrust, not trusting each other because they're not trusting themselves, that aspect of themselves. And so it's really important for us to look within and deal with our own stuff instead of saying, what's wrong with this raggedy motherfucker? Like, why are they not acting right? You know, like I see a lot of information out there in the collective where the females are like, what's wrong with this motherfucker? Why ain't he acting right? You ain't ever gonna come into union like that. Why aren't you acting right? Like, it's a reflection. You have to be okay with yourself. And you have to be strong enough to withstand the pain that goes along with that. And you have to love yourself because your twin is going to be a reflection of you, honey. Okay? You're essentially getting into a relationship with your motherfucking self. So, the opinion, the desire can't be you want to escape from yourself in another. You will never come into union that way. It has to be, I'm so fertile in my own abundance and energy. I'm so excited about being myself and seeing where that leads me. That's beautiful energy there. That's the new beginning. That's the actual twins. It has to be like this. I'm okay with whatever spirit brings me. I like, being myself. I'm excited about being myself, learning more about myself. Because we're here to learn about ourselves and to learn about spirit. So being comfortable with yourself is really important because once you come into union with your twin, I don't really know, but it feels like that we're going to learn even more about ourselves. And we have to both be willing to do the work and be excited about doing it together with each other. And you have to be okay with handling the things that upset you about yourself. How do you talk to yourself? When you fuck up and you do something wrong, how do you handle yourself? Do you insult yourself? Are you nice to yourself? Are you understanding? However you treat yourself is how you're going to treat your partner. Okay. So, for anybody who is still watching the video at this point, let's get some cards. Can you believe that shit? Judgment. This is literally the twin flame card. This is literally the twins coming back into union. Resurrection. The North Star. Following your soul's guidance to lead you back home to the other. I can't even believe it. I very rarely get surprised anymore by the cards that come up, but goddamn. The Hanged Man. This is enlightening, baby. This is everything that I've just been talking about. Looking at things from a new perspective, realizing that things are going to be a little different maybe than what you expect. Six of Pentacles. Harmony, equal giving and taking. Being able to receive, being able to give, having that masculine and feminine energy and balance within yourself. And this is also that redemption that Spirit was telling me about with the energy vampires and the karmics and the, you know, all the fuckery going on. This is karma. This is Spirit coming through saying, I'm about to set shit the way it's supposed to be. Whether y'all like it or not. Get ready. Because here it comes. And it's going to be shocking. Shocking. Two of Cups. Soulmates. The other half of you. You're whole, but you have a counterpart. And that's what that means, to be the other half of someone. It means together you create a new creature, like a super creature. You have to be whole before you can come to the other. And that's what this is. This is that harmony. It's loving each other equally, feeling the same about each other, feeling about the other one how you feel about yourself. This is love, true love, happiness. Judgment with the Two of Cups and the Six of Pentacles and the Hangman all upright. That's smooth sailing, baby. Ace of Wands. This is action, movement, a new beginning, something physical. Six of Wands, victory. Moving towards one another in a victorious manner, being victorious with these endeavors. The Lovers, you have to be shitting me. The Lovers with the Two of Cups and the Judgment and the Six of Pentacles, Six of Wands, Ace of Wands, Hanged Man. It's amazing. The High Priestess. That's Spirit. Spirit being there. Spirit's gonna be there. You have to love Spirit. You have to make room for God. You have to make room for Spirit. This Spirit has to be there when you're together. Spirit is the energy that laces you together. Imagine that that's what is in these cups. Spirit. Drinking of the Spirit. Being drunk in the Spirit. The Holy Spirit. The pure essence of creation. Finding out the truth. These are truths. A lot of people read the High Priestess as things hidden, but in this case it's not. This is the truth coming out with the Hanged Man, with Judgment and High Priestess. The Knight of Wands. This is fast change, fast moving energy. Somebody coming in quick. Like, this is the Kundalini. It's like the Kundalini awakening. That energy just shooting up your spine, waking you up, blowing open all of your chakras. This is your crown chakra and your third eye. All the chakras are covered here. And this is your heart chakra, your throat chakra. All of them. Everything's covered here. I think this is every single chakra that there is. This is your root and your sacral. You have sacral here. You know, this is also solar plexus and sacral. All of the chakras are here. This is a major awakening. Union. It is imminent, y'all. Imminent. Believe these cards, and they're almost, let's see, there's 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 4 major arcana, 1 2 3 4 5 that aren't major arcana, so it's pretty much half and half. There it is. And that's really good too, for it to be like almost equally balanced. So we have bull and fish. So this is Taurus season, the month that we're literally going into. Fish, this could be you know, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy, but I really don't think this is earth energy, this is water energy, but I don't really know if that has a lot of influence. But I do feel that this being Taurus season is of significance. So I'm not going to read these. I'm just going to skim the back and pull out what I think is important for you to know. It's like the Beauty and the Beast energy. Masculine and feminine. This represents the Minotaur. This is renewal, fertility, growth. It's like the Judgment card. And the fish is feminine energy, fertility, abundance. So there's major emphasis on fertility and this new life, new phase, something new coming in. A fisherman who is visited by the spirit woman that rises from the body of a fish. The spirit woman shows how to cultivate plants and cook them. It's about fishing. It's life-giving feminine energies. So it's imminent, y'all. Okay? So, get ready and work on those aspects of yourself. And I really hope that this message gets to the right people who need to see it. And I love you guys. So I'll see you soon.